Let's solve the following inequality. We have logarithm 4x squared plus 4x plus 2 by base 3x plus 7 over 2, and this is less than 1. So we are going to, since our base has x variable, so we are going to look into two cases. 3x plus 7 over 2 is greater than 1, and 3x plus 7 over 2 between 0 and 1. Since we know that a base cannot be negative, right? So it can be either fractional or whole number, which will be greater than 1. So therefore, if I write down, take the case 3x plus 7 over 2 is greater than 1. From here, if I solve it, basic simplification, I will get x greater than negative 5 over 6. Accordingly, I'm going to take, so let me write down, this is one condition, x greater than negative 5 over 6. And second condition is going to be quadratic trinomial 4x squared plus 4x plus 2 is can be, this time we take less than 3x plus 7 over 2, and next time we will take greater than. So and base and expression under logarithm, we are going to explore greater and less, both cases. Okay, so from here we are going to get x is greater than negative 5 over 6, and 4x squared plus x minus 3 over 2, those are basic simplification there we are doing, it's going to be less equal 0. Okay, let me do this drafting of simplification. What do we have? 4x squared plus 4x plus 2 minus 3x minus 7 over 2 less equals 0. Oops. Less equals 0. So it's going to be like term 4x squared plus x, and 7 over 2 negative the 3 and 1/2 plus 2, it's going to be negative 1 and 1/2, which is 3 over 2, less equals 0. And this is how we got. Okay? All right. So from here, we are getting x greater than negative 5 over 6. And in this second inequality, I'm getting rid of denominator, and it's going to get 8x squared plus x minus 3 less equal 0. Okay, so now we need to solve 8x squared plus x minus 3, because it's a quadratic trinomial. And this is going to be, we can assign 0, right, because equal sign also there, which means we are solving an equation. And from here, x1, 2, it's going to be equal negative 2 plus minus 4 plus 96 over 16, which is going to be equal, x1, 2 is equal negative 2 plus minus 10 over 16, and we are getting x1 is equal negative 3 over 4, and x2 is equal 1/2. Therefore, the answer for this one, what do we have? X is greater than negative 5 over 6, and we have x1, 2, it's negative 3/4 and 1/2. And between these answers, so greater than negative 5 over 6, it's going to fall into between negative 3/4 and 1/2 common area. Therefore, the solution for this one, the answer, it's going to be x belongs to negative 3/4 and 1/2. Okay, now let's look the case when we have base between 0 and 1. So we are taking 3x plus 7 between 0 and 1. Base cannot be negative, right? Therefore, we are looking at case of fraction. It's worth to look because when base is fraction, then the result of logarithm is will be the exponent going to be negative, right? Once we solve logarithm. Okay, so 3x plus 7 over 2, yeah, greater than 0, less than 1. From here, we are getting x is greater than negative 7 over 6 and less than negative 5 over 6. Okay, so for this case, we are getting logarithm 4x squared plus 4x plus 2 less equal 1 by base 3x plus 7 over 2. Okay, and this is going to be condition x greater than negative 7 over 6 less than negative 5 over 6. And second condition, this time we are taking 4x squared plus 4x plus 2. This time is going to be greater or equal 3x plus 7 over 2. Okay, and this is going to be x greater than negative 7 over 6 less than negative 5 over 6. And from here, 4x squared plus 4x plus 2. Let me see, might as well, let me write down in the form of simplified form, right? Since we solved already here, where is it? Right here, right? Here we have already simplified, or might as well I can write down this case because I got here already, I got rid of denominator. So it's going to be 8x squared plus 2x minus 3, right? It's going to be greater or equal 0. And from here, we have x is greater than negative 7 over 6, less than negative 5 over 6. And solution for this inequality, since we solve it, we know that x1 was equal negative 3/4 and x2 was equal how much? 1/2. And for this inequality, we are going to get less than negative 3/4 and greater than 1/2. And x belongs to negative infinity to negative 3/4. Okay. 3/4 is included, or 1/2 and positive infinity. So practically when we have less equal, here it is, less equal, the answer is between negative 3/4 and 1/2. But when we have greater than, right, the answer is going to opposite direction, less than negative 3/4 and greater than 1/2. how we do, you take the value less than negative 3/4 and see result getting greater or less. And then between 3/4 and 1/2, and then, okay, let me explain here. So you get negative 3/4, and here is 1/2, right? So you need to know if it's gonna be between these two or it's gonna be these sides, right? So you are taking numbers. You are taking numbers, let's say negative, less than negative 3/4 on this side, right? Take something smaller, for example, negative 3/5, and if you plug and solve it, you will see that you will get greater than 0. If you get number between these two, let's say 0, right? Because it's negative, here is positive. So between them, it's going to be 0. And you will see you get negative because this will become 0, this will become 0, and you have left negative 3, which is going to be less than 0, which this one, it doesn't work between. And if you get greater than 1/2, let's say we take 1, right? So greater than 1/2. If I take 1, it's going to be, this is going to be 8, this is going to be 2, and we are getting accordingly greater equal. This is how that you can figure out when is the answer between, when the solution is for inequality between answer, when it's outside. All right? Okay, so if we compare this first answer with the second, then we will see that first answer, the falling in this area, right? It will be covered by this area, and there is nothing in common with this one. Therefore, the answer is going to be x belongs to negative 7/6 and negative 5/6, right? Because this less than 3/4 from negative infinity to negative 3/4 will be limited by this x is greater than negative 7/6 and less than 5/6. Therefore, this in that area is going to be the common one. Therefore, this is going to go as an answer. Now, if I combine these both answers, first one and second one, then this is what we get. So it's going to be final answer. Let me write down. Final answer, because we broke down into two cases, right? Greater than 0, less than 0, and so forth. It's going to be x belongs to negative 7/6, negative 5/6, or negative 3/4 and 1/2. Okay.